I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. The struggle is real with Jamie, the makeup nurse. Today is First Impressions Friday and Flower Beauty. And it's also Take Your Dog to Work Day, Barcode Day, Beautician's Day, Coconut Day, Chocolate Pudding Day. And if you want to join the Jamie Club, hit that subscribe button, sit back, get comfy, and let's get started. And the riddle of today is, I help you glow, enhance your style, bringing confidence all the while. Through skill and care, I help you shine. What am I in this beauty line? Comment down below. Alright, we're going to start with this Love Bomb by Glow Girl. Don't know what colors I want, so that's that. Ooh, very pretty. But the names are on the back, so don't like that. Okay, let's go in with a situationship. Oops, I meant this one, which is situationship. I went in the other one. Oh, so now it's probably going to be both. I thought this was going to be more brown. Maybe I should have went in with the other one. Oh well, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of kickback in the pan. That's alright though. Alright, now what color do we want? Let's do this shade here, which is Crash Out. My cousin is coming today. Okay, and then we're gonna do this shade here, which is Swipe Left. It's gold shade. So far the colors are really pretty. But it's not that hard to put the shades on in the pan. Oh, this one I'm having to build up a little bit, but it's still really pretty. Really having to build it up. I want my brush a little bit. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe that will help. I think that's the best we're gonna get in this shade. Okay, that's the best we're gonna get. Okay, let's go in with this next one, which is gaslighting. This shade seems much better to use. Maybe because that was maybe too light. I mean, like, I used quite a bit of that product. Big dent for the first time. That one is much better. Okay. The last couple times I forgot that I had this one, and this is the Dear Midnight Atelier Champagne Dream eyeliner, and I don't know what kind it is, so let me see if I want it on the top. I think it's the one that I'm going to want on the bottom. Alright, let's see. Yep, my thought. So I'm going to put it on the bottom. I'll be back. Okay, I did mess up, and this does have a smudger on it. So let's see if it works. It actually looks pretty good. Okay, I never used a smudger. Alright, let's actually use the other end and put under our eye. Let's see if this Champagne Dream goes on nice. See how it's kind of light. That's okay. And went on nice. I like the smudger. I've never really used this smudger. Okay, now we're going to use the Flower Blush Balm in the shade Bitten. And again, I'm going to get just the tiniest little squeeze. And put it on because it's so pigmented. I'll have that tube forever. So you only need a little tiny squirt, like, and look what it did. That little tiniest little thing. Okay, now we're going to use the Flower Miracle Matte Universal Finishing Powder. I don't have a new powder. Again, oh, I did. Oh well. I'll do that next week. And I said that last week. It's just by Friday, because I'm doing this on Friday. I am so tired and I not. I'm just winging it. Yeah, I'm lucky I got up to do this today. Especially after this long week. I had the board meeting, I had early meetings. Still had to stay late. It's been a long week. Alright, now we're going to use the Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer in the shade Sunswept M1. Hey, I'm doing better at getting up now and doing this for you guys. There was a long time I wasn't, especially when I first started this shot. There's no way I was getting makeup on. Yeah, so my cousin's coming in, and it's coming in early, so, and I gotta work. You know that 4-letter word always gets in the way of everything. My YouTube channel, my family. Jeez. Why does anybody do that? Oh, yeah, because there's this other 4-letter word, bill. I guess bill's a 5-letter word. That's why we do the 4-letter word of work. Ugh. Okay, now we're going to use the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush in the shade Sweet Pea PB1. It's got a little flower in it. See how pretty that is? Okay, then I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Pyramids highlight that is all broken. So pretty. Okay, I want to try to go back in with this shade here, which was Gaslighting, and put under here. It's a little darker, but we did really light there. My eyeliner was that champagne, and that kind of goes with that, so I figured I'll put a little bit darker. Under the eye. And then let's blend it with our Flower Beauty brush. Okay, now we're going to use this shade, which is Toxic. At least I think it is. I might have like them. When the shade names are on the back, I could get them mixed up. These you kind of have to really blend it up. They're like really build it up, not blend it up. It's too early before coffee. Alright, I don't have anything new for lip liners. I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Scribble Stick in Razzleberry. Yeah, Razzleberry. And then I can't find another lipstick right now, so I'm going to use the Flower Pout in Barrymore. And last but not least, we had the Flower Seal the Deals Hydrating Setting Spray. And I think this will be it, because it's like almost gone. Yep. But my other one of Flower Beauty is the pump doesn't work, so I'm going to try to figure some out. Alright, this is it for First Impressions Friday and Flower Beauty. Let me know what you think down below. I did like the palette, but you do have to build it up a little bit, especially the shimmers. And then the only other thing, the eyeliner was nice, and I think that was the only couple new products that I used today. Everything else was Flower Beauty. Alright, but before we go, this day in history. In June 26, 1963, Ich bin ein Berliner, U.S. President John F. Kennedy gave his iconic Berlin Wall speech declaring American solidarity with West Berlin citizens fighting communist oppression. 1945, the UN Charter signed. Delegates from 50 nations gathered in San Francisco to officially sign the United Nations Charter, creating the blueprint for modern global diplomacy. 2015, Obergefell versus Hodges, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in a landmark civil rights decision that same-sex marriage is guaranteed nationwide under the 14th Amendment. 2003, Lawrence versus Texas, in another monumental civil rights victory, the Supreme Court struck down state sodomy laws establishing a vital constitutional right to privacy for LGBTQ individuals. In 2000, Human Genome Mapped. The rival scientific teams announced the completion of the first rough map of the human genetic code, fundamentally shifting the future of medicine. In 1997, Harry Potter debuts. J.K. Rowling published her very first novel, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, in the UK, launching a massive global phenomenon. 1925, The Gold Rush premieres. Charlie Chaplin's comedic silent film masterpiece premiered in Hollywood, featuring his famous Little Tramp persona. 1976, CN Tower opens. The towering at 1,815 feet, the structural marvel in Toronto opened to the public, becoming the world's tallest freestanding structure at the time. In 1977, Elvis's last concert. Elvis Presley performed live for the final time at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana, just 2 months before his death. Some birthdays. Lord Kelvin in 1824, pioneering an Irish-Scottish physicist who formulated the absolute temperature scale, the Kelvin scale. Babe Didrikson Zacharias in 1911, widely called one of the greatest multi-sport female athletes in history, excelling in golf, basketball, and track. Derek Jeter in 1974, legendary shortstop, 5-time World Series champion, and Hall of Fame captain of the New York Yankees. Nick Offerman in 1970, American actor and comedian, best known for playing the woodworking icon Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation. Ariana Grande, in 1993, globally celebrated multi-platinum American pop singer and actress. Some unfortunate deaths. In 1541, Francisco Pizarro, the ruthless Spanish conquistador who conquered the Inca Empire, was assassinated in Lima by rival Spanish factions. King George IV in 1830, the King of the UK, passed away after a decade-long reign, paving the way for King William IV. Strom Thurmond in 2003, the highly controversial South Carolina politician who served a record 48 years in the U.S. Senate, died at age 100. Roy Campanella in 1993, Hall of Fame catcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers and 3-time NL MVP. Karl Landsteiner in 1943, Austrian biologist who discovered the main human blood groups, winning a Nobel Prize. And today's quote comes from Oscar Wilde: "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." And remember, don't wake up and choose violence, choose kindness. And I'll see you next Friday. Bye!